Right, hi guys. Today is my day to take over LMH Cribs. I'm Zamin, a second year medical student here at LMH, and I'm going to show you my room. Cool, so safety first. Got that on the back of the door. Then we have the bathroom just on the right, so a little shower kind of pod, and toilet, and a mirror, which I need to use to shave because this is looking a bit mad. Anyway, light off, save the world and all. A little cupboard. It looks kind of small, but it is big enough. Like, it does the trick. I've fit quite a lot in there. And you've got a little vac storage up here as well, which you can use to fit other clothes. Or I kind of keep my washing basket up here, so that's just not in my way, and also looks just nice and tidy. Got my lion on the wall. Keeps things colourful, and yeah, it's nice to wake up to. Got my bed, which I didn't mean to match the sheets with that, but it just does, which is great. Got my desk, bedside table, chest of drawers. Got shelving, which I think is kind of plentiful. I prefer to keep my food on one side and my studying stuff on the other. Got a pretty nice view out here, I think, anyway. This morning, sunrise was like gorgeous. You can just kind of see streaks of red. It's quite a nice view, I think. Kind of, there are some better views in college. There are some views not as good, but I think most views are pretty nice. Got my little one-seater there. I've got a mini freezer from home, so you have to get permission, but it's generally kind of a formality. And then I've got my little whiteboard, which kind of I'll tell you more about in a sec. Everyone pays the same rent for every year, which means that everyone's kind of kept level pegging and it's quite equal, and I think that's quite good. In terms of how room allocation works, in first year you are randomly allocated a room before you arrive in college, and for second and subsequent years you basically enter into a ballot, and you can do so with up to 3 friends or alone, and you're randomly picked out of a hat in a stratified kind of manner. So third years have preference, then second years, stuff like that. You've got, I think, music students, because they need like more space for pianos or what have you. So it's stratified, but it's a kind of random, your name just pulled out of a hat, and then you pick a room based on what's left. Most people will get en suites for sure in third year. A fair number get in second year, and a decent number in first year, to be fair, compared to other colleges. Yeah. So I got an ensuite in first year, and I've got one this year, and I'll probably most definitely get one next year. I also put down as like a religious requirement, because every morning, whenever I say my daily prayers, I have to kind of perform ablution, and so that would be a bit of a mission if the bathroom is quite far. Not that they're ever quite far, but yeah, if you've got any kind of religious or physical like health requirement for an ensuite or anything else, then that can definitely be arranged. Right, so what makes my room, so it's probably not as perhaps decorated many other rooms in college with the fairy lights and like loads of photos and stuff, but for me it is home. So just show you the kind of particular features. So obviously there's my lion, love it. Also, I've got this little watch stand that my little brother bought me, which I think is really cute. It's the only reason I brought 2 watches, really, was just so I could use this watch stand for something. I've got my little charity pot, which kind of I put a little bit of money into every day, which is kind of reminds me of home, because we always do that at home as a family, which is quite nice, I think. Got my Game of Thrones cushion. Love to see it. Got a good kind of skull with the anatomy, as every medical student should have. Then I've got my whiteboard, which is great. It's got my daily kind of schedule on it, what I plan to do today, and a little quote at the bottom. So the little quote at the bottom here reminding me to be thankful in the morning. I change it every evening so that I kind of have a new quote every day. But this one basically says, for every breath you take, being thankful or thankfulness becomes obligatory upon you. Nay, 1,000 thanks and more. So that's quite good. Reminds me to be thankful for what I have. Got my kind of medical books, little tea and coffee station up there, and then I've got my prayer mat, my copy of the Holy Quran. Yeah, so I kind of got little sections here, and then I've got loads of folders which look really organized but are quite empty in reality, because all of my stuff is a mess everywhere else. This book is pretty much the Bible of the medical course. So if there's one book you should buy if you decide to study medicine at Oxford, then it should be that one. Yeah, this mug over here definitely raises some controversy amongst peers, but basically I won this in a competition in year 10 at an open day, and I decided then that if I did decide to apply to Oxford, then I would move it and got in, then I would move it to my room. The first thing I put into, and it was the first thing I put into my boxes or whatever when I moved. So that was just really to make true to a promise. But yeah, that's been me. I'll show you guys really quickly the kitchen. Kind of 2 fridges, oven, stove, the full works. Yeah, these are kind of wash dishes that I just put out so I had space for mine. Decent view in the kitchen, to be fair. Yeah, it's good size. I think about 6 of us share this, so it's pretty decent. But just about to be cleaned by the looks of it. We've got a little chart up here as well, for kind of mood every day of the week starting from next week. So that's that should be interesting to fill out. Let's see, hopefully mine will be filled out with the green. And then we've got all the rooms, and yeah, coming to mine last.